Hello everyone, welcome to the first video of the Pokemon Colosseum gameplay Crustlemania style. I am super excited to actually record this. As you can see, my Pokemon Colosseum actually works now, so I resurfaced this game at a retro game store in the area and I was able to get the game to work. So as you can see, I'm starting a brand new story here, and I actually bought a brand new, oh no, not a brand new, but a new used memory card at the store. So I am making my profile name here, or my character's name, and you guys know from the last video, I am known as Big Joe. Why do I call myself Big Joe? Well, it's just a funny name that if you work within the US in a warehouse type job, or you've been in a warehouse, or you work with warehouse people, or just need to use some type of pallet jack. Long story short, there's a device or machine called a Big Joe. I always thought that was a funny name, so I have been using that name as my Pokemon name for the last few Pokemon games that I played. So this is such a cool thing to see. The frame rate is not bad. I'm recording my TV screen, so you might hear a lot of clicking and audio, so sorry about that. But man, seeing this intro cutscene from Pokemon Colosseum is so cool again. Where you steal the snag machine out of the Snag'em hideout. Oh, it's so cool. Let's just watch this in awe. Man, this game was so ahead of its time. Yeah, this game is quite a unique gem. This one and XD Gale of Darkness. So, honestly, I bought a HDMI connector for my Wii, and the quality on display is not too bad. So, I really think it's not too bad. It's a little grainy, but it's okay. I mean, that's how the games were coming from back in the day. So this is the starting point where you start off at where the train is, and my apologies that my controller is really kind of loud. I'm gonna leave the original kind of audio in this gameplay, so you might hear the clicking. My GameCube controller is an old third-party one, so a lot of clicking there. These two dudes have something in the sack. If you've never played Pokemon Colosseum, you'll see down the road, but it's just kind of foreshadowing for what's about to happen in the future. For me, this is probably like my 5th or 6th time playing this game, but I just have this copy of my game running again, so this is the first time I've played it in a long time. I go through the text quite fast, so my apologies, and you might hear me pause and talk. There might be times where I just don't talk because I'm just, enjoying the gameplay. But this is the train station inside. I like to talk to a lot of the characters. Sometimes you can get information out of them, or you just feel like talking to them. It's a pretty cool interaction within the games of Pokemon. I don't know, I like doing that. Sometimes they have certain items that you might miss if you overlook talking to them. So yeah, Team Snag'em. The snag ball. I really love the concept of the snag ball. This is almost like what I think a Nuzlocke was before there was a Nuzlocke for Pokemon games. Quite interesting there, because like when you miss Shadow Pokemon, you can't. I don't think you see them again in the game. So once you miss that Pokemon, you kind of miss that Pokemon. My man Willie here. I really like how in this game you start with Espeon and Umbreon, so it's really nice you start off with Pokemon that are actually kind of hard to get in the second gen Pokemon games, so it's really cool that you start off with them, because when Colosseum came out, it was right around the same time as Ruby and Sapphire, so that was the correlating games at the time, which was the games right before were Gold and Silver, so, and Crystal. Yeah, so cool that you have these as your first two starters. I mean, that's pretty wild to me. There's no other game we start off with evolutions, especially these two ones that were really hard to get back in the day. So, man, the animations for this game, I think we're ahead of its time. Look at Confusion there. Almost takes out Zigzagoon right there, which is pretty cool. The bite animation, super cool. Like, it's super unique. Like, makes this game still like one of my favorite Pokemon games, if not my Pokemon games. Like Pokemon Colosseum and XD, they're pretty high up there. They might beat I don't know, Diamond, Pearl, Ruby, Sapphire, and Fire Red, Leaf Green are like top picks, but I don't know. These games might beat them, in my opinion, for me. There goes Zigzagoon. And this game runs like the old XP system, so you have to grind to get your Pokemon up levels, as I'll probably be doing in this game, because there are probably certain points in time where I need to grind the levels up for certain shadow Pokemon and the regular evolutions here. So this is Ryder Willie. You face him in the very beginning, just kind of as a test run of how the game runs, and you get a little bit of money there, so that's pretty cool. And then the text I go through a little quickly at times, just because I read it kind of fast, so my apologies for that. So now the next part of the game, you are going to the next part, but I couldn't remember in this game, or if it was Pokemon XD, where there's like a little item box that might be in Pokemon XD. Kind of got confused for a little bit, so I was like running around like, where's this item box? And I think I got confused with Pokemon XD. So here we go to Phenac City, the main city. It's a really cool city. I really like this city in this game, so it really highlights a desert oasis city. And you see those two dudes again with the sack. So this is the foreshadowing of earlier. I love how they just drop the sack. Obviously there's something in there and they just drop it. There's obviously a person in there, so they straight drop it on the ground. It's pretty funny. I mean, the Pokemon just look so much cooler in this game. I mean, the cartoon graphics are a little outdated, I'll be quite honest with that. But I think that's better because the quality in terms of recording makes it a little bit easier, because they're a little more cartoonish, 3D-ish. Like there's not too many pixels that need to be picked up, so like it's very easy to pick up. So there goes Wishmer. He got a one-hit KO there. Use bite. Ooh, yeah, that animation's so cool. And I like how you just start fighting like right off the bat. You don't have the introductory thing like the most games where you get your starter, then you have to talk to people around the town, then you have to go get your running shoes before you can go into a certain area or battle your rival. Here you just go straight into the game. Like you're just battling people right off the bat with your two evolutions. So really cool there. And as I mentioned in other games before, I like to build different parties in different games. Now with these games like Pokemon, Colosseum, and XD, it's going to be a little bit harder to do that because Pokemon are limited to whichever shadow Pokemon I can catch. So there are certain shadow Pokemon I've caught before and certain ones I've missed. So I will try and build a different party from what I remember, but there may be some Pokemon that I keep the same for now. But I try and have a variation of Pokemon in my party just to change it up a little bit. I love that. No, we're not robbers, we're kidnappers. Wait, that's the same thing. Oh, that cracks me up. Some of the audio in the old games, man, is hilarious. So, who's the person in the sack? Yeah, I have to undo the knot. I kind of wanted to say no, but I was like, well, to keep the game progression. And it's the girl. So, back in the day, we used to call this your girlfriend. I don't really know. I guess she's your companion. She's almost like your girlfriend in the game, but like she's kind of your companion in the game. It's kind of like how Pokemon Yellow had Pikachu following around. You just have this girl following you around. Yeah. Oh, so your name is Big Joe, and then you get to name her. I couldn't really think of a really funny name at the time, so I just thought of the name of May, because May was around, I think, this time in terms of like Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby. I really was thinking hard of like a really funny name, but I was like, you know what? I'll just go with like a more regular name, like May from the anime series of Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby. So I just figured at the same time. So yeah, I like how you get to name her too, though. And yeah, she's the one that is able to see shadow Pokemon, so that's why she follows you around. But she is kind of in the way at times, and you'll probably see through the gameplay as I walk around that she kind of is in the way. So it's a little clunky in terms of having her follow you around, but it's interesting. You kind of get used to it, but... Oh, the mayor. The mayor. Oh, man, this guy. Yeah. I wanted to say no to her to escort her, but I was like, I'm pretty sure I mean, it's part of the game that I have to anyway, so I was just like, I'll save time. So, yeah, she becomes your partner. I don't know, for the longest time, like, I've always known of her as your girlfriend in the game, so I just always considered that. And yeah, she kind of blocks the way at times, so it's kind of interesting there. You have the cast form that's just randomly going by itself in a circle. You'll see the person later, but for now, like, you see that. So I kind of know the lay of the land already in this game. So this is the mayor's house. Oh, this is some ultra foreshadowing right here of who this is. So I won't really spoil anything, but that's some like huge foreshadowing right there. And there's the mayor. Oh man, this guy. You must be travelers. Escade, the mayor. I saw it. What did you see? I don't know. Mr. Mayor. All right. Start an investigation. Let's see what the mayor does. Let's go upstairs in his room. And what is this lady just doing standing here? In the mayor's house? This is a kind of a that is not exactly what I expected to find up here in the mayor's room when you go upstairs. And yeah, you can see that the girlfriend kind of blocks you. I might call her the girlfriend. Sorry, she's your partner, but yeah. I don't know why that lady's just chilling up there in the mayor's house. You know, some dark humor here. Is kind of like Professor Oak and Ash's mom, but we're not gonna go into that. Just some little dark humor there. So we go to this stadium, which is pretty cool. I really like the look of this city. Phenac City? Hi, do I know you? No. Oh, okay. I don't know what would have happened if I said yes, but kind of interesting. I don't even know him, but he's like, do I know you? Yeah, I always thought this was cool. The water inside the stadium, just like out there, it's like a moat. It's like super cool, like super futuristic of an Oasis town. Oh, here comes Team Snag'em. Hey, Big Joe. So that's what I really like. You're like a ex Snag'em person. So it's like really cool that like the context or the backstory of that comes up right now. Yeah, he's from Team Snag'em, but he like betrays the Team Snag'em because he starts snagging all the Pokemon that they snagged away. So I think that's a really cool concept because like everybody in the games and like the games prior to this were like young kids that were just starting their journey, and they're just like kind of innocent. You're kind of like an innocent kid trying to get all the badges, stuff like that, and stop the bad guys. In this game, you pretty much are a former bad guy turning into kind of like a pseudo good guy, stealing the Pokemon back that you might have stolen. So it's kind of like an interesting concept there, but I really like that. I think the gives more depth to the character that you are. So like a former Teen Snag'em guy that betrayed Teen Snag'em and stole the snag machine. So really cool concept there. Got a little corp fish there and a coughing. There are certain regular Pokemon in this game that I kind of wish were shadow Pokemon, but they aren't. But one aspect of this game that I really liked when I was younger with friends, we used to battle with our Game Boy Advances in this game, which was really cool to do. It was such a cool concept to like see Rayquaza in 3D, especially since all the games at that time were all like pixelated 2D. So seeing like all the legendaries in 3D and battling each other with a 4-player battle on the TV screen, choosing the attacks on your Game Boy was pretty crazy. Like the technology was kind of ahead of its time for the GameCube, but I'm really glad that the Wii that I use now is backwards compatible to be able to play these games. So I mean, I don't really need a GameCube because the Wii can play these games and the Wii games. So it's really cool there. And yeah, I mean, the move sets so far have been pretty good. Just taking out these Pokemon early in the beginning. So that won't happen for the full time, but that's definitely something that does happen throughout these games. Is especially in the beginning, like these regular attack moves do that. I mean, that's super effective because like Dark is against Poison. So I know all the old typings about like what's effective, super effective for the most part. There are certain ones I do forget. And with this game, there is no fairy type and stuff like that. So it's just the old school typings, and I used to know all that by heart. I still know quite a few of them by heart, like water is better than ground, ice is better than grass. Ice can also take down ground as well. So different things like that, like Dark type takes down Poison type and Ghost types. So and Psychic takes down Dark and Ghost, I think, as well. So there used to be a whole chart, but yeah, it's cool. Like, oh, it used to be a former thing, but you know, it doesn't matter to me. So that's pretty cool. Galleon Prince. Yeah, this is why I called her like the girlfriend in the game. Like, I swear. So, but yeah, the context of you being a former Team Snag'em guy, really cool, really cool. Now you have the guy running, or the cast form chasing the guy. Pretty interesting because I think the guy was helping out the partner lady in the bag, so that's why he was gone for a little bit. But yeah, go into the shop. So this is like the mart, basically. It's pretty cool. I really like the 3D aspect of it. They did put a lot of detail into this. Low-key, I kind of feel like this is what the real Pokemon Center looks like in like Japan. If you go there to buy stuff, I'm pretty sure it has some inkling of this. But the steampunk style of this game, super cool. So I buy a lot of potions. So money actually in this game is really hard to come by. So I do buy a lot of things throughout the game just because I know money is not that easy to come by in this game. I feel like in the newer games like Sword and Shield, it was super easy to get money. But in this game, it's pretty tough. I couldn't remember what exactly was like on the bottom and top floors. And it varies between each city that you go to in the future. As I mentioned, the girlfriend keeps blocking you, but the paralysis things do stay with you in this game, like the old game. So if your Pokemon's poisoned, you gotta stop that. Otherwise, if you walk around, it like damages your Pokemon. Same with flame damage. If your Pokemon's asleep, it stays asleep. If your Pokemon's frozen, then you have to use something to unfreeze it. Otherwise, it'll stay frozen the next time you use that Pokemon. So definitely really interesting there. I end up going back to here because I realize I probably need to buy a bit more, starting off with some cash. But then I realize, why buy potions when I need to buy Pokeballs? So I am now leaving the city to go buy Pokeballs because I guess I just wanted enough potions. So we are now leaving the city, but these are the two Pokemon I'm running with, Umbreon, Espeon. This is the PDA. So you get emails through this game, but there's also like a snag list, and it just kind of shows you general information, kind of like the card you see in like Pokemon normally, like in Sword and Shield, Arceus, and some of the other games like Pearl, Diamond, like just who you are. So you go to the outskirts land. This vehicle is so unique. The steampunk aspect of this locomotive is just so cool. Oh man, he was worried about me. That's crazy. Alright. This is what I saved my money for. Yeah, so in this game, you don't go out and catch Pokemon. You only snag Pokemon. So they actually don't have a use for a lot of Pokemon. Pokeballs in this game. So it's kind of interesting. It's like, yeah, I have them dusted in the back. Like, if you need some more Pokeballs, now I can buy Pokeballs. But, like, it's just kind of an interesting concept that, like, there were no real Pokemon that you can go out to catch other than the Shadow Pokemon in this game. So there's no grass area. It's totally different than the games at the time, which were like blue and red, silver, gold, crystal, and ruby and sapphire, and potentially even emerald, but I can't remember if emerald was out at this time. So PDA. And again, my apologies for the clicking of the controller I have. It's a third-party controller. It's really old. It's really loud clicking, but it works. I don't have my original GameCube controllers anymore, so that's what I use. And it functions, so it's good enough for me to play, so. Now we go back to Phenac City because we bought some Pokeballs, so we're stocked up on Pokeballs. There's the lady from the front. Oh, some scary man came looking through here. Two creeps who took off with the truck earlier. So the kidnappers, not the muggers, or whatever they said. The kidnappers, not the muggers, or the... So funny, man. The dialogue of this game is sometimes pretty hilarious. So I just figured I want to stroll around the city a little bit before I actually go into the quest, or the actual main storyline. So I kind of forgot how far the city extended to. So now we're kind of just running around, going to the Pokemon Center here to see that there's a Pokemon Center, just running around, exploring kind of the different aspects of the city, because it's been a while since I played this game, so I kind of forgot all the certain areas of this city. But yeah, to talk to the lady again. So I knew exactly where these guys were. Everything happens at the mayor's house. Let's just be real in this game. The legendary character, Miror B. Oh, man. The theme song for him in Pokemon XD is partially the reason why I wanted to really get XD again. I love that theme song. That has theme song stuck in my head for so long. So all these years, like every time I see Miror B, I think of the XD theme song more than the one that plays in Pokemon Colosseum. But the Pokemon Colosseum one is pretty cool too. Oh yeah, the starters right there, the blue, red, and green guys. Those guys have the starters that are in this game. So there are starters in this game. But yeah, here's Miror B. Oh yeah, such a cool dude. And he just leaves. With these guys as well. Oh, such a cool concept for this. And then we battle inside the mayor's house. So this is hilarious. Like, dang, when did the mayor's house get so big? It's quite funny, man. So he is one of Miror B's henchmen, because Miror B is notorious for having Ludicolo's. And you'll see that later on, so like the evolution chain is always there. So there's a Lotad, a Lombre, and a Ludicolo somewhere within there. And they used a lot of these Pokemon a lot too, because Sapphire Ruby just came out, so like Wishmer, Loudred, X-Cloud are pretty prevalent in this game as well, within the kind of people that you battle throughout the game. Wishmer and Lotad for sure are very prevalent, especially in the early part of this game, as well as like Zigzagoon, but I see a lot of Lotads and Wishmers. I mean, I see them so often, I kind of wish that a Lotad in this game was like a shadow Pokemon. Dang. Took a couple hits to take out the Lotad, so. But that's pretty good, Confusion. And there goes those two. Yeah, so the EXP systems, like the old school EXP system, where it takes a while for Pokemon to level up, so you really got to upgrade. And the new games, I think even if the Pokemon's sitting in like not active battling, it still gains EXP, where these old games, you don't have that at all. It's the Pokemon battling are the ones that get EXP. So you gotta grind out, switch the Pokemon out to get EXP and stuff like that. Like Duskull, Spinarak. A lot of Johto, Sinnoh Pokemon. The animation for this is just so cool. And I know the super effective, like, yeah, Psychic beats Bug, and Dark beats Ghost. Alright, we got Makuhita, the big boy. The very first Shadow Pokemon. Look, Big Joe, that's a Shadow Pokemon. There's an aura coming from it. Honestly, the aura is so cool. It's cool that it knocks you back too. The bad guys. Oh, maybe I was wrong. The bite wasn't super effective. Maybe Psychic, that's super effective against Ghost, but so I did not realize this when I used Confusion. I didn't think he was gonna KO the Makuhita. I was so disappointed when this happened. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, no. I didn't mean to do that. I'm like, oh. Like, it was like 2 levels higher. I thought like it would take the hit like it would take 2 hits to get rid of it. I didn't realize I thought I had to damage it before catching it. So this is the first time I've ever not caught Makuhita, actually. So this was the first for me. I was like, what in the world? I was so caught off guard that I KO'd it. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Makuhita again, as I mentioned. So I missed the very first Shadow Pokemon. That was on me, and that was kind of a fail there, for sure. So I run away, and it's kind of funny because the... yeah, she's like, oh, disappointing you couldn't snag that Pokemon off of them. But I'm sure there are others like it. Let's get all of them back from the bad guys. I've never seen that text before because most of the time I caught Makuhita in the past. So I got so off guard that I guess I was supposed to just throw the Pokeball. And I was like, what in the world? Like, what? So it was just like the biggest fail so far was the first Shadow Pokemon. And I was like really disappointed that time. I was like, shoot, I missed Makuhita. I don't think I can get him again. But in the next part, we're going to see. So you see the green henchman right there. He's going to have the grass type starter in this game. Then over, I think further up, they're going to be the blue and the red in all the entryways, on the side entryways. But this is the Pokemon Center. This is the PC. We're going to probably roam around and heal our Pokemon. Because I just did do like 3 battles without actually healing my Pokemon. But I guess they didn't really get damaged until this battle here. So basically that is the first part of this Pokemon Colosseum gameplay. And I'm going to save the game even though I lost Makuhita. We will see what goes from there. Hopefully I get the next Shadow Pokemon. The next opportunity is really close because the 3 henchmen, the blue, the green, and the red, are there with the starters for this game. And the starters are in their second evolutions, which I think is really cool. So anyways, I hope you guys like this first gameplay. I'm super excited to do the rest of this as Colosseum has been on my list for a while. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Enjoy the rest of the series. This is episode 1, the start of this all. Peace.